I get up the next day, and I have 2 hours to kind of contemplate the talk, because we're going to go to the lake, and I'm going to drive back down to do the church service. So it's a big drive and a big movement. I sit down, and I got 2 hours. And I'm surely not going to talk about discomfort, but what do you think's going on right outside the window of my Hanai mom's house? I mean, right outside the window, not half a block down the street. They are repairing the water lines, and it turns out that in my mother's neighborhood, there is bedrock. And so I'm hearing a jackhammer. I mean, right through bedrock. And I'm sitting there going, okay, what do you want me to know about discomfort? The minute that I surrendered, said, okay, let me explore this vibration. Let me explore what I know about discomfort. I never heard the jackhammer again, even though, to the best of my knowledge, it continued to go on. So I went home, and I just went home inside and started to think, what do I know about embracing discomfort, embracing all of life, in the midst of it, in the email that says we're going to sue you? And I realized, Jesus was pretty evolved, a Christed being. And he said, in this world, in your human journey, you're going to have trials and tribulation. You're going to have setbacks. No matter how evolved you get, no matter how much you practice these principles, there will be people that will come into your life and challenge your dream. There will be recessions. There will be upsets and setbacks in this world, in the human incarnation. But here's what I love about Jesus. He says, but be of good cheer. And sometimes unity gets accused of being a Pollyanna religion. Just put on a happy face and smile, smile, smile. But that's not what it is. There's a spiritual way of living. There's a way of staying centered in the poise and presence of infinite spirit. When all this stuff goes on, in this world, there will be trials and tribulation, no matter how evolved you get. No matter how much you learn, there will be setbacks. But be of good cheer. And so today I want to talk about how do we be of good cheer when the difficulties rise. When it's easy to be of good cheer when you get the raise, when the one you love chooses you, when your kids do what you want them to do. That's easy, right? Anybody have trouble with that? Because you probably have a prayer department for that too. But when life goes my way, I get along, don't you? I'm pretty easy to get along with. But it's when the more difficult things rise. There's an amazing promise in the Bible that all things are working for our good. All things are working for our good. Everything. But here's the caveat. Here's the condition that you and I have to meet. We have to choose to love. We have to put love first in every situation, in every moment, regardless of what it looks like they're doing to us. We have to choose love, and we have to live aligned with, according to the principles of the divine. There are principles that the universe rises to. And when I'm aligned with love and generosity and harmony and creativity, there's an energy that meets that. And when I'm down in my resentments and my upset and my fear, there's an energy that meets that. One is called heaven, and the other is called, as Howard Caesar says, something a little south of heaven. Just for those who are recording. Anyway, there are practices that we can do. When we were at the World Parliament of Religions this year, 13 years ago, a group of ministers and we got together and we set an intention to join Association for Global New Thought, which would bring unity and religious science and divine science and all of the metaphysical and independent churches together on the world stage as one spiritual community. Not giving up our individuality, our way of expressing, but coming together as one. And we did it. At the World Parliament of Religions, we not only presented with all the presidents of all of the organizations in representation there, but we took the show when they had World Music Night, and all the Sikhs, and all the Buddhists, and all the Hindus, and all the Jains, and all the Wiccas. The Wiccas were really wonderful. They kept bringing up at every meeting I was with them, if we have any Wiccas, I bow to your wisdom. They said, what's this thing you got going on about God? Well, I don't know. It's the World Parliament of Religions. It slips in. But of course, in their view, of course, it's nature, which Myrtle was a great nature. It's just the way that the way that you get into the vibration and the frequency of the infinite all good. I often love the line that the Holy Spirit loves it so much that whatever way you can experience the presence, the presence will show up for you. That's how much we're loved. So at the World Parliament of Religion on the World Night, we sang with the Agape Choir. The Agape Choir brought 20 people, and so that wasn't much of a choir. So 50 of us, Unity and Religious Science ministers, got on the platform, and we sang with them. And one of the songs that literally had everybody on their feet was, I pray you see the best of life, the best of love, the very best of everything. Isn't that a great affirmation? I pray in your day, in the situations, in the setbacks, in the journeys, in all of it, I see the best of love, the best of life, the very best of everything. I pray. And so when Jesus said, in this world you're going to have trials and tribulations, then what are the practices that allow us to be of good cheer? And I came up with 5. And I feel that I'm preaching to the choir here, because as I walked in, I could feel your love, and I could feel the community in service. And so I'm still going to give my talk, because there's 10 minutes left. And then Heidi's going to come up, and she's going to do a fabulous meditation. But here's the 5 absolute practices that let you be of good cheer as the world does what the world does. Because it's not going to stop doing it. It just does what it does, because there's 6.5 billion people thinking out there. And a lot of them aren't thinking beautiful, noble, uplifting thoughts. So the first thing, and we in Unity know this, but the first is silence. You know, there comes a point in your journey that you really have to get still every day and let your heart open to the beloved. Not to a God out there. I was talking to Ram Dass a couple weeks ago in the pool, and I said something about, and I just called the Holy Spirit. And he said, well, where did you call the Holy Spirit from? I said, well, I meant, I just called the Holy Spirit, you know. I just opened my heart to let the highest in me show me this. And of course, when you do that, in the silence, you stay at home. You're able, even as you go out into the world. So Myrtle Fillmore said, and I just encourage you, if you don't have a daily practice, you know, every Sunday service is going to be wonderful, but life is going to keep smacking you on the face until you really get still. Be still, be still, be still, Myrtle wrote. Be still and know that at this moment, your heart is the altar of God, the altar of love. A love so powerful and so magnetic that it draws to you everything you need. And if you develop a practice of silence, you will be on the front end of change. You will be walking through Walmart, as I was yesterday, looking for some hair product. And my woman who feng shuied my condo just a few days ago said, you need to get some silk shantung drapes in kind of a yellow, greenish gold. And I'm walking into Walmart, and what do you think is sitting right there? And of course, so cheap, because, you know, nothing on Maui is cheap. So there it was. I mean, when you're in the flow, you're listening, you're always in the front end. What you need is always there for you because you're listening. You're in a frequency. The universe always says yes. And if you're always in the highest vibration and you're listening, it just puts things without your effort. That's what I love what Myrtle used to say, without our effort. We give our attention to the divine and we do the work that we're told to do, and everything comes to us. So that first practice that lets us be of good cheer.